everyone, and welcome to Shell Point Today for Thursday, September 15th. I'm Dan Philgreen. On today's show, we will pay a visit to the King's Crown Assisted Living Facility to experience some canvas painting by residents there. And Beth Crenshaw will find out what's involved in becoming a volunteer with the library. But first, we'd like to remind you of this Saturday's shopping outing to Miramar Mall in Estero. More than 140 outlet stores await you, including restaurant options such as Ford's Garage and Naples Flatbread. Court pickups begin on the island at 9:15 a.m. and the cost of the outing is $8 with lunch on your own. To sign up, contact either service desk. In case you're not aware, the Community Thrift Store has another sale going on all of this week. All framed artwork, mirrors, and linens have been drastically reduced to a whopping 75% off. Take advantage of this great sale opportunity now through Saturday from 9 to 4 p.m. And finally, a couple of volunteer opportunities to mention. The Shell Point Annual Charity Golf Tournament is looking for volunteers to assist during the tournament on Friday, November 11th. And the Woodlands Stamp Ministry is gearing up for a busy season. This group meets once a week on Tuesday afternoons in the Sable Room. To learn more about these opportunities, please call Beth Crenshaw at 454-2290. Recently, residents at the King's Crown Assisted Living Facility enjoyed an afternoon of canvas painting. SPTV was there to find out all about it and to talk to some of the residents.
Everybody catch up. Okay. Oh, you can give us that after that.
What do we do?
You're going to start with red.
Yeah.
And you're just, everyone that just came in, catch up a little bit, okay? So let's let now put it on your heavy light. Are you ready to kill it? So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to start right under your red. And just go.
Same brush?
Same brush. We're going to use the same brush for a while. You're red. Right? And if you want to, you can take your pink and come up here a little bit and give it a little dab up here. Just the other you know, I come in of the red and a little bit of the orange. If you go blue, you'll use the clean one, okay? See how your sun is setting into the water. Start with a new brush here.
With your blue, right around down here. I know.
Everybody should try this.
I think it's wonderful. It's fun. The end result, well, you can see, isn't that just a masterpiece?
It is a masterpiece. Oh my goodness, look at that. Everyone's different, and that's what makes this fun. Good job.
It was a lot of fun, wasn't that hard.
That's right.
I put a hammock in mine.
How was your painting experience, Ruth?
Different from watercolor.
So different from watercolor. Harder?
Yes, doesn't behave the same.
It doesn't behave the same. Well, I think yours looks beautiful. You did a wonderful job. Did you enjoy it?
It was fun.
It was fun. It wasn't hard, was it?
No.
Mr.
It's Picasso.
It's Picasso. Mr. Picasso. Did you enjoy yourself?
I did, yes. I'll try it again.
She will try it again.
The library over at the Resident Activity Center is in need of more volunteers. Beth Crenshaw stopped by recently to find out firsthand what it's like and what's involved in the position. Let's go to the library now. Just remember, shh, always keep quiet in the library.
So when she comes in, I'd like for you to help her find and be your usual warm, smiley self, and we'll welcome her and give her a little training here.
Hi guys, I'm here for my training.
Okay. Oh, come on in, Beth.
I'm so excited to start today. I really have been desired to be a librarian since I was really little, and I would check out books, and I always wanted to be able to stamp the
I know
card.
it, and we don't have that any longer.
Darn it, technology.
But we do have a very interesting way of doing it, which is really an improvement.
Okay.
We'll have to see if somebody around here wants to check out a book. Well, it looks like Phil's got something he wants.
Yes, I'd like to check out this book.
Okay.
All right.
But I have your card.
So how does someone get a library card?
We have applications for both the residents and the employees.
Okay.
They simply fill it out and they've got a card.
And there we go. It's just like at CVS.
And you see how simple this is. Thomas scanned the card,
Yeah.
scanned the book, and there it is. It's checked out.
So how many years of training for computer skills? What does it take? What are you looking for when you're looking for someone new here at the desk at the library?
We need somebody who is familiar with computers. Obviously, they're not going to know this program. We will train for the library program. And it really isn't that hard. It usually takes 1 2-hour session, which we do, and that's it.
Okay, super. Now, what else do the people here at the desk, how do they help residents and employees?
One of the other things they do is we have a reserve system so that if somebody wants something that is presently checked out, then we can put it on a reserve and we will call them when it gets checked in.
That's great. Such
So-
service. Hi, Susan.
Hi there.
How are you?
I'm fine. Tom, I want to reserve the DVD Lady in the Van.
Lady in the Van?
Yeah.
I love that DVD.
Okay.
So this is really great that they can reserve something and get called when it comes in.
Exactly.
That's a great service.
Once again, he's scanned the card. Now, he will type in the DVD, the title,
Yeah.
and the reserve will be made.
And she keeps her card right on her set of keys.
That's a very good idea. That's why we made it, rather than have an extra library card tucked away in a wallet that we don't carry around shelf point often,
Yeah.
we put it on our keys.
That's great. Now, if you could just tell me a little bit, Marilyn, about what are the hours
Okay.
that someone at the desk works?
We have 2 shifts every day, 6 days a week.
Wow.
The working shift is 9:15 to 12:15 and 12:15 to 3:30.
Okay.
We have 2 people each shift. And when people first sign up to work at the library, they go on a sub list
Okay.
so that we have our regulars, and if somebody gets sick, goes on vacation, we can call one of the subs.
Okay.
We have some people that only want to be a sub. They don't want a regularly scheduled thing.
Sure. Yeah, that's
But
understandable.
if you are scheduled for a regular time, it would be at the most once a week.
Okay.
for
So
that.
it requires a lot of volunteers here at to make the library run.
When we've got our full complement, we have 26 people every week on the desk.
Wow. Wow. And you've got chocolate.
Good.
Hi, Mary.
Good morning.
Hi.
I just want to return this book, please.
Oh, okay. How do we return a book?
So we put it right here on the returns table.
Right there, Mary.
I see.
That's it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It was. Yes, it was.
So now the book will be returned to our library,
Okay.
and this is another process that the volunteer does. Once again, it's a very simple process.
Just a click.
She scans it and she checks it in.
Well, that's very simple.
Very.
When a resident comes in and is looking for a specific book, I'm assuming there's no card catalog here.
That's correct.
Okay.
But we do have a very good replacement for it.
Okay.
And our patrons have really come to like it. And it has a couple of extra things, like not only can you tell if we have the item, but whether it's presently on the shelf or being checked out.
Okay. So this is where a resident can go to look up a book.
Yes.
What about the book The Elephant Whisperer?
Okay, we'll try to find it.
Okay.
Since that's the title, we click on title search.
Okay.
And there
There
is
it
The
is.
Elephant Whisperer.
So Marilyn, that was a lot of fun for me today. And even though I didn't get to stamp a card like I remember from when I was a child, I think the way you guys do things here is a little more efficient. And you've got a great system down. And you are looking for more volunteers.
We are looking for some friendly, helpful people to work the circulation desk.
Okay, great. Some happy faces. So if there's anyone out there that is looking for a position 1 day a week for just a few hours, the library needs your friendly face, and you can call my office at 454-2290, and I can assist you in that process. But it is a great place to be.
Our volunteers love working here.
Yes, and it was a lot. It was a lot of fun. And they have chocolate.
Shush.
And now it's time to cover all of today's happenings, Academy news, menus, and Village Church connections.
Welcome to the Happenings segment of Shell Point TV. I'm Dora Robbins.
And I'm Bev Chandler.
And we're here to tell you all the happenings that are going on today at Shell Point. At 7:15, we're going to start out with Bend, Breathe, and Balance, and that's at the Health Club on the island. We have men's golf at 8 o'clock at Shell Point Golf Club. At 8 o'clock, we also have pickleball, and that's at the game court on the island. At 8 o'clock, we have round robin tennis, and that's at the tennis courts at the Woodlands. Paddlers Club at 8:30, and that's at the kayak storage on the island. At 9:15, we have shuffleboard. That's at the shuffleboard court at the island. At 9:30, we have current events, and that's at the game room in the Woodlands. At 9:30, we have ladies match play. That's at the tennis courts at the Woodlands. At 9:45, we have introduction to beginning line dancing. That's at the Health Club on the island. At 10:15, we have basic line dancing, and that's at the Health Club on the island. At 11, we have Suzy Q, and they go to Rum Runners. Sign up is required. And that's it for the morning. Bev?
Well, Dora, we're going to start at 12:45 with Mahjong. That's in the library lounge on the island. We're going to move to the Aviation Club meeting in the Osprey Room at 1:15. Also at 1:15, we have the Butterfly Garden Committee meeting. They'll be meeting at the first floor West Parlor of King's Crown. Samba will be in the Resident Activities Center at 1:15. And we'll move on to 1:45 for Fun and Fitness at the Community Room of King's Crown. The Stamp Ministry will be in the Stamp Room at 2 o'clock. And at 2:15, we have Grief Share. That'll be in the chapel of the Village Church. Balance Basics will be going on in the Health Club at 2:45. And at 3 o'clock, we have the Springs Bible Study down at the Springs Dining Room. 4:30, we have Alcoholics Anonymous meeting. They'll be in the Sable Room of the Woodlands. And Pinnacle will be in the Library Lounge on the island at 6:30. 7 o'clock's the time for Trailblazers Bible Study in the Game Room of the Woodlands. And our final activity is 7:30. We have a summer concert series, Gulf Shore Trio. They'll be at the Village Church. You do need to have a ticket for that concert. Well, we're happy to see you here today, and we will see you back here tomorrow.
Menus for Thursday. In the Crystal Room, the Crystal Platter is tropical chicken served with yellow rice and mixed vegetables. For dinner, the special is the Crystal Carving Board for $15.95. The soup of the day is beef rice. In the Island Cafe, the sandwich special is a meatball hoagie with fries for $7.95. All menus are available 24 hours a day at www.shellpoint.net.
Hi, I'm Scott Eding, the employee chaplain, and I'm speaking on behalf of the Village Church. And welcome to Village Church Connections. I've been teaching a Bible study with a group of men who are managers at Shell Point. And we've been studying the book of Acts. And Acts gives the history of the early church right after Jesus died and then when he was resurrected. That's about where Acts begins. And while we're doing that, I started to say, I'm really curious. All the other letters in the New Testament, when were they written? Where was Paul again when he wrote a letter to Galatia? Where was he when he wrote some to Ephesus? When did Peter write his letters? Where was he? And I started to do a little bit of research and put some of that information together. And what comes out of it is what you realize is that while Acts is giving the history of the church, there's a whole lot more happening than possibly could have been written. Now, I've had people say to me, I think people made things up about Jesus, and the church kind of exaggerated it. But when you study and do a little bit of research and look into how many people were involved, how many different places they went to and where they lived, and all the interconnectedness of relationships, the letter writing and people going back and forth, you realize, if there was some kind of conspiracy, this was a huge, huge conspiracy. There's just no way anybody could pull something like that off. And the benefits of the conspiracy, humanistically speaking, a lot of them were, picked on, persecuted, even put to death for what they did. So it's an amazing exercise in faith to look at some of the history of the beginnings of the church. And that's what Acts does for us. So I just want to inspire you a little bit, encourage you, become a bit curious. How did the church begin? Just what was going on? Where were the cities? Who was where? What was happening? And as you do, and you read through the book of Acts, you say, this is clearly God moving people to do things they wouldn't have otherwise done. It's an amazing story. So I hope you're inspired to study again the book of Acts. This is Scott Eding once again on behalf of the Village Church. We're so glad you joined us for Connections, and may you have a blessed day.
And that will wrap things up for today's show. Be sure to watch again tomorrow when Terry Kolath will find out more about an academy class that will boost your electoral knowledge. And we will recap the top stories from this week. Until then, this has been Shell Point Today for Thursday, September 15th. I'm Dan Philgreen, and on behalf of everyone here at SBTV, we hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you again tomorrow.